today our Scholastic News is called Sun Power. And on the bottom it says roof. This car zooms down the road. Is it powered by gasoline like most cars? No, it's powered by the sun. And since we're talking about Earth Day yesterday and today, this is one way we can help protect our planet. Instead of using gasoline and using up that resource and burning those fumes into the air, we can use the sun to power it, and then we don't have any gas that we're using up. So let's watch this video on it today.
Here comes the sun. How do you know when it's morning? The sun rises to light your day. Rise and shine, sun. Each day, the sun gives us light, and it also gives us heat. Have you ever felt the warm sun on your face? The sun's heat can melt an icicle. Watch it drip. It can dry your laundry. And it can dry up a puddle. This is called evaporation. The sun's energy shines down on us in rays. Every living thing on Earth needs the sun's energy. Have you ever noticed that plants grow toward a sunny window? Plants need the sun. Inside the leaves, the sunlight works to make food for the plant. Without the sun, plants couldn't grow. Animals and people need plants to eat. So, the sun gives us food. Thank you, sun. But the sun is so powerful it can burn our skin or make us too hot. You need to drink plenty of water when you play on a hot day. What are some more ways you can stay safe under the big, bright sun?
What are two things the sun gives us? Talk about it. See you soon.
Okay, so what are two things that the sun gives to us?
Ooh.
Ingrid.
Sunburn.
A sunburn. The sun definitely gives us sunburn in the summertime. Good job. Good example. Louis, what does the sun give us?
Food.
Food. Excellent. Because if we didn't have the sun, we can't grow plants. We would not have food. Mason.
Heat.
Heat. Exactly. Did you know that if we had no sun, our earth would be freezing cold, and nobody or no thing would live on earth? So if our sun were to go away,
And blow up.
disappear, we would all probably die very soon.
I know what it would
Yep.
look like.
Yeah, because our sun is heating our earth, and that's keeping us alive. So let's hope it never goes away. Addie.
The sun gives us leaves.
Leaves, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yep, like on trees. Good. Ellie.
It gives us
Light. Yep, electricity. But if you, even if you go outside, it gives us light today.
shade.
Mason? Sometimes the trees will give us shade, right? But sun probably doesn't give us shade. The trees or the clouds might. Yeah, when the sun is out, it's bright and hot, isn't it? But when the sun goes away, like at nighttime, and we don't see it, then it's darkness, right? Corla.
There's a sun on my mask, and it also helps plants grow.
Yes, it helps plants grow. Good. All right, LEA. It gives us food. Excellent. And last one, Kaden.
It can let us live.
Yes, it lets us live. Now, we're going to learn today, though, how it can give us power. And it can help us by saving some of our resources on Earth. So on the cover, if you haven't put your name on it, please do. Then flip over to the inside to pages 2 and 3. Yes, Wyatt?
That car is ridiculous.
Isn't that cool?
What if you're driving at night
Right.
and there's no sun? No, you stop in the middle of the road.
You're driving Wyatt, you would probably have to plan your trip according to like when the sun is out and not. Yep. Thank you, Ingrid.
And like if you're driving, if it goes really fast, then we wouldn't have that.
Why don't you tell them, Ingrid, go tell them that the timer went off, and so tell them in a couple minutes to go down there, okay? Okay, now, on the top of this, the title of this is called Powered by the Sun, and it says, we can use the power of the sun to make things work. So, let's read down here, and as you read, think about all the different things that can be powered by the sun. All right, I'm gonna have.
Do you know where they are? They wanted this up. Find a locker.
Addie, would you check? Would you read? Ingrid, just walk down the hallway and check both ends, because sometimes they go to the ends. Okay. Libby, did you make it work? Did you get it to work? All right, Addie's gonna start reading right here, really loud, Addie. You can pull down your mask if you need to, okay?
We get a lot from the sun. It gives us light. It resources?
No. Okay, sound that out, because there's a long I, because the E jumps over.
Rises
Yes.
in the morning. It shines all day. It gives us heat. You can feel the warm sun on your skin.
Okay, you can feel the warm sun on your skin. Mason, continue reading.
And it gives us power. People can use the power of the sun to make
Machines.
work. We all eat from the power of the sun.
Solar power. So the power we get from the sun is called solar power. Can you guys say that with me?
Solar power.
Good job. So let's see the solar power in action. Briley, you want to start reading? Oh, we're right here.
That plan looks ridiculous.
Okay, if you're coming back in the room. Okay, if you're coming back from Mrs. Alms, please open up to the middle section. John, come on, mask up, John. Carson, go back out, mask in. No. Go back out. Come in with your mask on. All right, we're right.
Wyatt, how come you don't have yours on? Thank you.
All right, we're right here.
Mason.
Riley, can you start reading? How do we
How do we
use
use the sun
power?
power
Flat. Okay, this is a big word. Solar panels. So
sunlight and
Lila, grab a pencil. Lila. Electricity.
people can use that electricity to run
Many.
many things.
Good. So right here, guys, look at this house. This house on the roof does not have shingles. Or I know some houses don't have shingles anymore. They have maybe some like tin roofing. But this house has solar panels. And what it does is the sun goes on the panels. And the panels collect that energy. And then they're able to use that energy to power something else. So if you ever see these panels, this is a good thing. These panels are helping collect energy from the sun. Because the sun doesn't cost anything. It's free. So when I go home to my house, and my house doesn't have solar panels, and I want to heat it because it's so cold out, I don't have free stuff. What do you think I have to use
Have
to
to
heat
buy-
my house?
Turn your heat on.
What do I have to use to heat my house? What do you think?
Yeah,
Why-
what does she turn,
How-
what does she use to
what do I
turn her
use?
heat on?
Gas.
Gas. Yep, I use, there's lots of different gases that you can use for your house. Propane is kind of a popular one. But I have to use a gas and I have to pay for that. It costs a lot of money actually to pay for that gas to heat my house. So instead, you could buy these solar panels. Yes, these are expensive, but in the long run, you're gonna save money because then you're not gonna have to buy gas. So this is really pretty cool. So if you ever see houses or even panels, I know we were just driving, where were we? My daughters and I were driving and we saw all these panels in like a huge grassy area. It wasn't really a
Oh.
field.
Was it on the way to the cities?
Yes.
Cause there's new ones and we've
Yes.
been noticing them.
Yes.
saw so
And I
And
said,
it's awesome because
Yes,
they
it
are
is.
expensive to buy, but
Yep.
it's a good investment.
yep. So in the long run, you're gonna save money. Not at first, but you'll save money because you won't have to buy the gas or the resources that you need. Yep. Okay, now, down here, a plane could be powered by the sun. So that's pretty cool because the plane is up in the sky high by the sun, so it can be powered by the sun. Now, let's go over here. Wyatt, would you like to read?
Yeah. And
Put your mask up, please.
say that like you're flying in a big airplane with hundreds of people on it. And then pretty soon the sun goes away. And then pretty good.
What do you think you probably, what do you think you might have to have on your plane or something else in case that were to happen?
Parachutes.
Well, that definitely, but maybe like a backup. So like if you were,
like a plane crash.
okay, listen, not, what I mean is like a backup is like if the sun were to go away, then maybe like the plane's engine or the battery or something would start working for a backup plan. So that if that sun were to go away, there's something there that would help that plane make it safely to where it's going. So it's kind of got to have a backup plan because yes, the sun isn't always out. I mean like bright because sometimes there's clouds and sometimes there's things blocking the sun's rays. So-
And if that doesn't work, then you need a parachute and safety exits.
Definitely, you would need that. Okay, but I don't think most people would go on that plane if there wasn't like a backup plan to if there was no solar power, right? Like I have a calculator, I think it's at my house, but it's powered by the sun. But if there isn't a strong enough sunlight, then the battery works. So it kind of is a solar powered calculator, but if there's no sun or a lot of light, then there's a battery. Okay? Okay, why don't you read this first paragraph?
People put solar panels on the roof of their house. They get electricity for all the machines in their house like TVs and lamps.
Good job. Libby, would you continue?
People can use solar panels on cars, boats, and
Planes.
planes. These
Machines.
machines don't need gasoline to go.
Okay, they don't need gasoline to go. Good job, Ellie.
And you can even have a solar that collects the light while you hug. You can use electricity to charge your phone.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So look at these kids right here walking. They have a backpack, and you can kind of see the panels. The panels right here are collecting the sun's power. And it says your backpack could be powered by the sun too. And then it could charge like your phone or any devices maybe if it has enough power.
That's cool.
That is
Never
really
heard of
cool.
that.
I want that back.
So maybe you guys should get one of those next year for
They're
third grade.
expensive though.
They're pro- Yeah, they're probably expensive, but maybe.
And once it's too small, it's
Right. I agree. It's gonna be kind of expensive because it's kind of a new thing, but it's also saving you electricity too.
like
Probably
iPad.
then you could probably return
I bet you could get it if it's in here, honey.
You could probably return it too.
Okay, powered by nature. Raylan, would you read about that?
The sun is an important natural resource A natural resource comes from nature. Wind and oil are natural resources too, but unlike oil, we won't run out of sun or wind. We call natural resources that won't run out renewable resources.
Okay, so the sun and wind are natural. They won't run out. So solar panels help get the sun's energy and power. What about the wind? What have you guys, and I know you've seen these, what have you seen as you drive down the road that is collecting the wind's power and energy? Lewis?
Solar panels.
Nope, not for the wind. This is for the sun. For the wind. And you probably have seen these driving by down the road.
Not me.
Yes, you have.
John, what do you think?
Like, light pole.
No, not the light poles.
No, I know what.
Braylon?
They're white and they have like 4 things. They spin. They normally
What are
have
they
like
called?
I don't know what they're called.
I know the name.
Lewis?
Windmills.
The
Good
windmills.
job.
Good job. So you probably have seen the windmills.
They're windmills.
Have you ever wondered why they're out there?
Those are windmills.
What did Mrs. Murphy just ask?
Why are they out there? Why are the windmills out? And sometimes they're out in the middle of the field, in the farmers' fields. And I know some farmers like them, some farmers don't like them. Some people like them, some people don't like them. But why do we have windmills? Why do you think?
Well, some of them they have they turn so like farmers know what the direction the wind is going.
Right.
But
So
we
that.
don't have one.
So they might turn with the wind because if the wind changes directions, it needs to collect that wind and that power.
And otherwise, it's just hypnotizing, watching it go around. And
Oh yeah,
You just stand there and stare at it.
Love it.
Addie, why do you think we have them?
well, because so farmers, because farmers kind of need to know. Because isn't there 2 kind of windmills? Because some farmers, my dad has a windmill that for like, cause if the wind blows it, like what direction, like south.
Oh yeah, like the ones that creak.
Right. But is it a big one or a small one?
Like-
Yeah, the really huge ones that you see out in like on the road, not roads, I should say, they're not on the roads, but kind of in the fields. They wouldn't be on the roads, but in the fields. Those are the huge ones that are collecting power. If you have a little windmill at your house, that's just helping you determine what the direction of the wind is going. So the reason why they have them is to help collect power. Now in this area, we don't have a lot, but if you drive over in western Minnesota, so kind of like by Marshall and Pipestone, they have hundreds
It's crazy.
hundreds of them in one area.
Yeah.
And the reason why they have all these is because that area is very windy. So they're smart. They're like, there's a lot of wind here. Let's collect the power from the wind and get energy. This area, we do get wind, but not a lot. So it depends on the area. So people are using their brains, they're being smart. They're finding ways to collect energy, free energy. Because remember, the sun and the wind don't cost anything, it's free. Okay, Raylan?
I thought windmills is like not that is the windmill, like really old ones. Not like that.
The old ones,
That one
Raylan.
don't look like a windmill to me.
The old windmills, you're right, they probably don't, like what farmers or people would have on their farms, they don't collect energy or power, but the newer ones do. The new ones that you see do, definitely.
But they're way bigger than like anything.
They're huge, they are very huge. Okay, all right, let's go on right here. John, would you read this right here?
Thank you, son. It's like
Oh, start up here, the sun.
the sun is quite warm and beautiful. Thank you.
Powerful. How? Sound that out, sound that out. Huh?
Powerful.
Powerful.
Thank you, son.
Good job. Okay,
Miss Murphy.
just a minute. Okay, now, the bonus says, can you find the solar panels in the photos in this article. So there's 3 of them. Can you guys find the 3 solar panels? Point to them right now. Point to them. Lila ran on the fingers. Go like, you can point. Da, da, da. Lila, where were the 3 that you found?
The house, the backpack, and the plane.
Good job. So everybody should have found those 3. Okay, now soaring with the sun. LES, you want to read this? Really loud, Ellie, because you have a quiet voice. The solar flyer.
So, the solar flyer is really small. It's called the Robo-E. It weighs less than a paper clip. It has tiny solar panels. They let the Robo-E flap its wings like a real bee.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. So I think of a paperclip right here. This is extremely light. So this Robo-Bee, it weighs less than this. So it's very light. And it has tiny solar panels. And it flies like a real bee. So someone created this cool invention. Very cool. Okay, go on to the back.
Is it one of the lightest things in the world?
No, definitely not. Okay,
Oh, the
on the back, we get to look at this diagram. It says go solar car. So now we're going to read the diagram of how a solar car works, then answer the questions. So number 1 up here on the diagram, I'm going to call on someone to read that. Louis, would you read about the solar panels?
The sun shines on the solar panels. They turn the sunlight into energy for the car.
Good job. Okay, just Louis, sometimes just slow down a tad because you're great at reading, but sometimes you just go too fast. All right, Brooklyn, read about the batteries.
The
Number 2.
batteries hold on to energy.
Good. So the batteries are holding on to the energy. That's where it's storing it. Okay, number 3. Let's read about the motor. Tyson, will you read about the motor?
Well, I was actually in the middle a little bit and I can't remember.
Right here, number 3. Tyson, right down here.
Which part holds energy?
No, honey. Read about the motor on the diagram. Right here. We're not at the questions quite yet, Tyson.
The motor uses the energy from the batteries. It makes the wheels turn.
Good job. Ingrid, read number 4 about the wheels.
The wheels spin, they make the car go.
Good. And Aria, the last one right up the top. The driver. Let her try, please, guys. The driver sits here. Sits. It's a short I. Sits here. Okay, so on the front of this Scholastic News is a picture of this car. Here's the diagram that they're just showing us what that car's, the parts to the car, because we can't see the parts to the car.
I want that
Okay,
car.
so on number 1, this is a pretty cool car. Number 1, I'm going to read it and we'll see if somebody can figure out the answer. Actually, you all should probably try to be able to figure it out. Which part makes the wheels turn? So what is making the wheels turn? LES. The motor makes the wheels turn. Come up here and see if you're right. I think you're right. Good job. All right. Number 2. Which part turns sunlight into energy? Ingrid? The battery holds the energy, Ingrid. It holds it, but what turns it into it? The solar panels. Yep, they turn the sunlight into energy for the car. So the solar panels. Good job. Number 3, which part holds the energy? Addie? Yes. Which part holds the energy? driver, the motor, the batteries. Good job. Good job. And the last one. Which part does the sun shine on? What is that called, Lewis? What does the sun shine on and collect?
The battery.
No, the batteries hold the energy, buddy. Where does the sun shine?
Wait.
So look at the sun. What is it shining on? Look up here. What does the sun shine down on? What are those
Solar pole.
panels?
I mean,
Panels. That's a
Good
word.
work.
Good job.
that's wrong.
You good work, Bert.
You bad work. Come on.
All right. Okay. All right. Hope you learned a little bit more about the sun's energy and how it can make different things run and work and how it can collect energy and power and save us money.